were in another generation.
What? Okay, Blenju, what the fuck does that matter when Jack thinks those games are trash?
But you're missing the point that there were still games coming out that I liked, nigga. That's the point.
Indie games not made by PlayStation.
I don't give a fuck who the game made by if I like it. That's the point.
Which has always been my point, that this generation isn't bad. Jack just doesn't like the games.
Most people don't like the game. It's 1,000 niggas getting fired.
That is not true.
It's 1,000 niggas getting fired a week. Somebody ain't liking these shits.
Last year was one of the best years in gaming ever.
Somebody not buying these motherfuckers.
Last year was one of the best years in gaming ever. And last year was one of the best years in gaming ever, and you ignored most of those games. What are you talking about?
I'm not the crazy one in this situation.
You ignoring most of these banger games. You ignore this has been my point. This generation is not bad. You just don't like the games. That's not a generation problem.
So it's bad to me and other people that's not buying the game.
Okay, cool. So when I say this generation isn't bad, then I can't be crazy because I've been liking the games.
I said if it's good to you, BG, I don't mind you being retarded. It's not good to me, and it's not good to a lot of other people that's complaining.
I'm retarded.
That's the point.
But the PS4 beginning of the generation being defined by fucking indie games made in Home Depot.
What are y'all talking about? What are y'all talking about?
Oh man, I'm sorry I had to play that shit, man. That shit had me fucking dying, dude, when I saw that clip on fucking Twitter today. Oh man, I had to go and record that shit for myself, dude, man. What up there, Stardust? What up there, Bree? What up there, Outside? Boy, yo, I got a treat for you guys, man. So, got a couple, I got two commercial, video game commercial videos I want to show to you guys. And then there's also a long 42-minute video that none of you guys watched. And I guarantee you with my life, none of you guys watched it. But that's here or there. But anyways, let me go ahead and queue up the first video. But I'm going to wait a couple more minutes here. Fuck it, before I start this up. And, yeah, man. Yeah, but to be fair, though, Latency, dude, I don't necessarily blame the motherfucker for going off, dude. Jack Move kind of has fallen off of, like, this the PlayStation bandwagon now, like, for at least a couple years now. Like, since the beginning of this generation, dude, like, he's kind of 50-50 now with PlayStation, which, for my money, I think it's hilarious, because a lot of people who I fuck with, you know what I mean, and people who I know, like, not know, but, like, know in the community that I've been around long enough to, you know how they are. Like, Jack Move is one of those types of people. I've known Jack Move for a very long time. And, but a lot of people that I know, too, as well, it's hilarious seeing them go to the PC side of the world and seeing their views and shit like that when they were, like, literally fucking PlayStation fanatics, man. Well, let me not say fanatics, but fans, PlayStation fans. And I think a lot of people, man, like, look, here's the thing. With all the stupid-ass bullshit gaming antics crap that's going on, you know what I mean? Like the whole DEI shit, the whole fucking, you know what I mean? Like journalists getting all in their fucking feelings, you know what I mean? In other words, I'm talking about politics in video games, you know, what people don't want, and then they use their own politics to justify why they're not playing the game. Like, oh God, my fucking head hurts just thinking about it. But but we're not here to talk about that. You know, I want to have a little bit of fun today. Now, the video that I'm going to show you guys here after these two commercial videos, it is part of the Power On Xbox documentary that came out fucking a couple years back. But it's the 360 section. Because it's a very, 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 very interesting fucking video to watch, because I'm seeing how fucked up Microsoft had to scramble. You guys will see when we get to that point. But you know what, man? Let's get right into this shit, man. What's up there, Uncompetitive, dude? Yo, Uncompetitive, I'm also glad that you're here, too, as well. All right. Let me just make sure it's the right video. It is. Let me turn it down just a little tiny bit, and we'll get going.
Picross, the mind-building puzzle game where clues and numbers uncover hidden pictures. It's
there we go. Oh, don't mind the background shit. You know, I'll get rid of that for now. There we go.
So big.
Unique exercise for your brain.
can run, there's no escape. He can hide, that's his fate. He can fight with all his might and never win. When good battles evil, the real game begins.
Man, dude, the commercial's fucking better than that, dude.
Funkaloo, the awesome video game enhancer for your Nintendo Entertainment System. Attach it to most of your video games. Double Dragon 3 or Super Mario Bros. 3.
Hey, before we continue this, I have a question. How many of y'all fucking are willing to openly admit that you, back in the, if you're my age, right, or at least somewhere close to my age, and you grew up playing video games back in the day, did you guys use a Game Genie? Or did you guys go out and like fucking find cheat codes and stuff like that? I mean, there's nothing wrong with admitting to it now. I mean, people still do it to this fucking day. Listen, if PC motherfuckers can sit there and use cheats for online video games like wall hacks and fucking aimbots, dude, trust me, man. Putting in a code to give you extra lives ain't gonna do you shit, bro. You guys are good. And as for me, of course I fucking did, dude. Because you guys need to understand, man, like back in the day, developers didn't really know how to do difficulty balance very well. And also a lot of these developers too as well, they would input cheat codes for themselves during like development, right? But they always left them in there. And then Game Genie came along and did its own thing. Or if you had a PS1, you can always get an Explorer and shit like that. It was fucked up, dude. But anyways, let's continue.
You can go to any level. Live forever. Jump higher. Make your own effects. And get radical firepower. Go to any level. Jump higher. Stay bigger. Live forever. Game Genie. The radical video game enhancer.
Tetris, Dr. Mario. Dr. Mario. Dr. Mario.
They're on one game pack. Tetris and Dr. Mario. It's twice as insane. Only for Super NES.
I'm gonna kick your tail. No, I'm gonna kick your tail. No, I'm gonna kick your tail.
Nintendo Power 12 times a year. 6 great issues plus 6 free strategy guides on a hot new game. That's twice the power for still $15. Wow, call now.
Yo, can you get a, like think of it like this, right? I was extremely lucky to have an uncle fucking gift me on Christmas a Nintendo Power subscription. I think it was only for like 2 or 3 years. Like, I didn't really have it for that long, but I had it for a couple of years. Best fucking thing you could possibly think of, man. Like every month I would always be excited fucking, you know, and like when a new issue of Nintendo Power dropped in my mailbox, dude. It was fucking sweet, dude. No, I had to type the source code program for the game from a magazine, correct my typos, correct the magazine's typos, and fix the logic bugs to get the demo of the game to work. Play it and what? Lose all progress. Oh, okay. Turn off my VIC-20 to allow family members to use TV. The VIC-20, Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Now you're gone old school and competitive, man.
Go ahead, caller.
How do I get from World 3 to World...
Don't ask me. Call for Nintendo Power. Operators are standing by and the call is free. Subscribe now and get the first strategy guide. 84 pages of tips on Super Mario Bros. 3. You'll warp through worlds faster than you can say spaghetti and meatballs. So make the call already.
Sword-slashing thieves and nasty palace guards and ride a flying carpet. And I still have 2 more wishes. Prove it!
Sega Genesis and Disney's Aladdin game cartridge.
Yo, I don't remember the Genesis version looking that clean, bro. That or it could just be the quality of the video, I don't know, but it looked pretty clean, dude, for a Genesis game.
Each sold separately.
But honestly, to be fair, I think a lot of these trailers for these games that we saw back in the day and stuff like that, they actually had to make them look a little bit more cleaner, you know what I mean? Like...
Our madness! Only on Super NES. Turn the track into a giant mud pit. Or burn rubber on ice, wood, or asphalt. Mix it up with the big boys. See Bowser and his Bigfoot chopping truck. See Yoshi's go-kart really go. Mushrooms, banana peels, Turtle Shell. Dynamite. Check your rear view and make a mean test. Or go into battle mode and ruin his day. 2 speeds. Fast and way too fast. It's 2-player fun on the split screen. Only for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. Now you're playing with power. Superpower.
Tron!
And the forces of destruction in the
Tron, motherfucking Tron. How are you, my dear? Thank you for popping in here. I appreciate it. We're just watching some video game commercials.
Man returns handheld game from Tiger.
What do you want?
To destroy the Penguin's evil army.
The time has come to punish all.
Defeat the Catwoman.
Yo, how many people even fucking... Oh, God, dude.
Face the Penguin in 5 levels of skill.
You don't really think you'll win, do you?
The Batman Returns handheld electronic game. Now playing in a pocket near you.
No, nobody had that bitch in their pocket. Let me tell you, nobody fucking played for that shit.
It's fun to look at yourself as other people do. How's your sense of humor? There's a rumor, laughter's on its way. Smile, you're on Game Boy Camera.
Yes, with Game Boy Camera, you can turn photography into photography.
Smile, you're on Game Boy Camera.
Claims best-selling video game Bart versus the Space Mutants. And now it's Bart versus the world.
Wow!
As Bartmania continues to spread.
Mow the lawn. I got better things to do.
And now Portable Bartmania in Escape from Camp Deadly for Game Boy. Bartmania now comes 3 ways for your NES and Game Boy from Acclaim.
Oh, man.
Boycott Spyro. Sure, he looks like an innocent dragon, but he breathes fire. He's napalm on 4 scaly legs. And he headbutts. Just look what he did to me. What? Barbecue. Ow! What'd you do that for?
It looks like a harmless bagel toaster, but inside is a deadly donut.
Oh, God, yeah.
Game system?
Oh, what'd you do that for?
Scientists say its effects are mind-boggling. Users lose all sense of reality and enter another world. Here we have a normal.
See, PlayStation? This is what you should be doing with your fucking games that are coming out this generation. Not staying fucking quiet for fucking an entire fucking year. God damn, bro.
Underestimate the power of PlayStation.
Eternal Champions is gonna eat your old fighting games for lunch. No wonder it has 9 huge warriors, 3 training modes, and over 315 martial arts moves. Bon appetit. Eternal Champions, only on Sega Genesis.
Hey man, get portable. Get a Game Gear Supersonic Sports Pack. A colored portable Game Gear, carrying case, and 2 hit games. Sonic 2, and the Majors Pro Baseball. Whoa, even save $50. The Game Gear Supersonic Sports Pack. You know who makes it.
Coffee? Tea?
Next breakthrough for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. Introducing Super Scope 6.
Did you have
Remote
that shit,
power
dude? That shit's
and laser
garbage.
accurate. Precise to a single television pixel. It comes with 6 great games, and it's yours for under $70. All of which gets you into the game like never before. Super Scope 6 only for Super Nintendo. System and scope sold separately. Now you're playing with power. Super power.
You want some of this?
Crash is back, and this time he's behind the wheel. Crash Team Racing. 25 hairy tracks, over 12 playable characters, and all the turbo boost and TNT crates you can handle. Plug in the multi-tap and up to 4 players can go bumper to bumper. And remember, buckle up.
Is there a problem, Granny?
PlayStation.
Of Tomba 2, the city has been plagued with a rash of injuries involving people with pink hair. I have with me now a Dr. Phillips.
Hey, hold on a minute. Give me a... Whoa. Does anybody else notice this, or am I just tripping, dude? Or maybe the weed that I'm smoking right now, like, just really, really set in right now. Have you guys noticed that all these commercial trailers that we've seen so far, you never, ever really see the developer fucking ever get, like, mentioned at all? It's only, like, the publisher itself, like Sega or PlayStation or Nintendo. You know what I mean? It's not like that today. I don't know. Like, let me know if you guys noticed that or not.
People are trying to perform great acts.
What up, Drastic?
Saving people from burning buildings, pulling cats out of trees, all because of that crazy hair.
There you have it. Back to you in the studio.
Just because you've got the hair doesn't mean you've got the power. Rated E for everyone. Tomba 2, The Evil Swine return.
No, I'm very pleased with having one today. It just all went smoothly. Pit stops were good, the car bounced well, and we chose the right tires. I guess someone up there pressed all the right buttons.
Concentrate on the screen. Street Fighter 2 is on Super Nintendo. From the arcades,
Is it on Super Nintendo? Oh, man.
Each fighter has a different technique, an acrobatic move, a hitting punch. It's on the streets now, exclusively on Super Nintendo.
Motherfucker, man, I don't need your fucking cardio, Drastic. The fuck do you mean, sir? No, but good for you, though, dude.
With Street Fighter 2, it's unbeatable.
Yo, that's the first game I played on my fucking SNES there, Latency, dude. When I got my SNES, I got my SNES like fucking hella late, dude. Like, I think there was like only 2 years left in that generation before the PS1 came out. But that was the first game that I got, was fucking Street Fighter 2.
It's happening everywhere! Confections laziness! Baked goods battiness! Cookie cookiness! New Yoshi's cookie! Yoshi and Mario have a cookie factory gone mad! Only you can help sort them, stack them, and make them disappear! 1 player, 2 players, or 4! Yoshi's cookie on NES and Game Boy!
Cookie! Fucking cookie-ass bitch. All right, give me a sec here. I'll get the other one up here real quick. You see a black screen for a minute, but don't worry. Don't fret. It's all good. There we go.
Getting NFL Game Day 99 better graphics and gameplay was easy. The hard part was deciding between all the new end zone celebrations. That's nice.
Shit you don't see in Madden today.
Less is more. But hey, when the results of a game this real, it's worth the trouble.
Oh, Jurassic, man. Save your fucking... Don't be salty, bro. It's always good to go back and watch some nostalgia, sir. Fuck, you could probably use it in your life, to be fair.
From the very start. I got the heart, it's Mars to play the part. Down with Zelda.
Don't change the channel.
With spin overhead view, cause a man's gotta do what a man's gotta do. So I stay on track, collect the facts, never cut slack, and I always watch my back for Jack. Down with Zelda, yeah. Soon as then I'm the man with the plan, cause the power's in my head and the power's in my hand.
And I am Kazam.
Mario knows the new and improved Mario and Super Mario All-Star. So much Mario, it's a Mario smorgasbord. It's all the way down Mario Brothers Adventures you ever played and then some. But this is juiced up 16-bit only on the Super Nintendo Entertainment System Mario. So it's bigger Mario, better Mario, in-your-face Mario. It's Raccoon Mario, Mario throwing fireballs, Mario hurling turnips, Mario negotiating an arms deal. Okay, maybe not. It's Mario like you've never seen him. What's 2 + 2 Mario? What's the capital of Ohio? Mario.
Whoa. Did that motherfucker just say fucking... Bro, I swear to God, it sounded like this motherfucker just cussed, dude. Like, I'm not even joking. Let me back this up again.
Your face Mario. It's Raccoon Mario. Mario throwing fireballs. Mario hurling turnips. Mario negotiating an arms deal. Okay, maybe not. It's Mario.
Okay, never mind.
Mario. What's the capital of Ohio? Mario. You don't live, breathe, eat, sleep. Mario. In Super Mario All games, including the never seen lost levels. So you can't get more Mario than this, which is why the best place.
Yo, Latency, that was actually a pretty goddamn good fucking little collection of all the NES games and stuff, and then adding Lost Levels, which originally was supposed to be what? Isn't that 2 in Japan?
Sonic the Hedgehog. Supersonic fun for
Kids on the run. Let's go racing. It's Super Mario Kart Funny Car Madness. Only on Super NES. Turn the track into
by
a
the way,
giant
Jurassic, man, you're going to want to stick around for the next video, dude, because it ain't commercial.
Bowser and his Bigfoot dropping truck. See Yoshi's go-kart really go. Mushrooms, banana peels, turtle shell. Dynamite. Check your rear view and make him eat dust. Or go into battle mode and ruin his day. 2-speed. Fast and way too fast. It's two-player fun on the split screen. Only for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. Now you're playing with power, superpower.
If that Zelda commercial came today, so many gamers' noses would bleed. Rapping my medieval fantasy, definitely more dead on arrival. DEI, nah, bro.
Did we fry him or boil him?
But you make a good point though, fucking Jurassic, and this is what I've been saying, dude, man. Like, people who would come out and actually, like, you're right. If that Zelda commercial came out today, they would automatically, like, assume that, like, fucking that Nintendo deliberately made that commercial woke and fucking what have you and all this other shit and whatever the case would be, dude. Like, it's all stupid shit that people are fucking losing their mind over, but it's always been in our media. It's just all of a sudden now people have the ability to fucking finally, like, say something about it, so they have social media to thank for that.
Whoa, so I pushed a button and made him disintegrate. Okay, so
Oh, let's be honest, man. When you played Mario Paint, dude, man, you made fucking pornography,
draw
dude.
and make music. Only on the Super Nintendo Entertainment System.
Well, and the music
From
shit was
Sony's
fucking sweet,
PlayStation come
too.
the greatest hits, all your old favorites.
Like the soft sounds of swarming missiles.
And the gentle crack of Sophia's whip.
You know the hilarious antics of Sweet Tooth, that lovable clown.
All for just $24.99 each. But wait.
There's more?
That's right. The PlayStation is a mere $149. And you can also get leading titles.
Like Crash Bandicoot and Jet Moto.
For just $49.99.
Jet Moto. Where the fuck is that at? Where's that at? Hey, to be fair, the movie made that song better, by the way. Never was a big Wario fan, to be honest, Latency, dude. I don't know why. I mean, I played a couple of them, man. I don't know. I just don't care for them, dude.
Hey, time to load up on PlayStation games. Greatest hits are on sale. Crash Bandicoot, Jet Moto.
But I don't even have a PlayStation.
You do now.
Mom know about this?
Who? Yo. See? Bro, do you see what I'm talking about, dude? PlayStation knew how to fucking market, like, to their audience, dude. Like, they knew what the fuck, like, they still do. Microsoft don't know shit on how to market crap. Nintendo fucking, like, their marketing has kind of gone downhill. It's still there, but it's just generic as fuck now, you know what I mean? Just like PlayStation stuff is, too. It sucks.
PlayStation.
Let's see. You were doing 140 in the 35 zone. Sideswipe 3 cars.
Hey, Latency.
I believe this bumper belongs.
Did you even know anyone at all in your lifetime, dude, during the SNES era, dude? Fucking that even played Stunt Race FX? Bro, I fucking love that game, dude.
Stunt Race FX with the Super FX chip for multi-dimensional visual weirdnicity, only on the Super NES.
But I mean, it was hunkered down by like broken controls and stuff, dude. Well, not broken, but controls that had like a little bit of a learning curve to understand and like learn and like, you know what I mean, and fucking that kind of shit.
Suit up, strap it.
Kemco published a fucking Top Gear game? I didn't know that.
Nickelodeon Guts, now for your Super Nintendo Entertainment System. This is serious, realistic sports action just like the show, only now you're in total control. Compete against the clock or challenge a friend as you take on 7 of Guts' toughest events, including the awesome Aggro Crag. Pretty good, huh? Yeah. Best out of 3? Nickelodeon Guts, only on the Super Nintendo Entertainment System.
Okay, I didn't even know that was fucking even a thing.
Me, Wario. I am your master. Mario is your enemy.
The wicked imposter Wario has cast an evil spell over Mario Land.
I don't know.
Mario has the 6 golden coins. Don't let Mario reach the palace.
This is the biggest, most dangerous, most challenging Game Boy adventure yet.
Obey Wario. Destroy Mario.
Don't fall under Wario's evil spell in Super Mario Land 2, only on Game Boy.
You say you want to be a Street Fighter. You're no Street Fighter. Not until you master the 6 World Warriors of the Street Fighter 2 handheld game. 100 hand slaps.
Oh my fucking god, dude. Yo. Double date. Oh, I mean double dare, I swear.
Yoshi Safari and Metal Combat Falcon's Revenge. So to prepare yourself, you might want to consider some basic training exercises.
Yeah, how about training exercise on making the fucking thing actually work?
We believe there are 5 perfect graders.
Donkey Kong is back in an adventure so big, it's taking the country by storm.
Look what they did to my taxi.
This turbocharged game has better graphics, more moves, bigger bosses, huge worlds.
It's funny how Nintendo has never gone back to a 3D Donkey Kong game, eh? Fucking latency.
Get it all in.
We believe one of them looks like this.
Donkey Kong 64, and you thought insanity was crazy.
They didn't even tip me. It's a Mario's turn. Uh-oh, Game Boy fall off. Okie dokie, here we go. Mamma mia, that's some...
Mario Golf on Game Boy Color.
Get into it.
That was the most generic fuck. What the fuck was that, Nintendo? That was horrible.
Super Game Boy from Nintendo. Play your Game Boy games on the Super NES in living color. Even choose your own color combinations. Play all 350 Game Boy games. How does that strike you? Super Game Boy for the Super NES. Game Boy games in color, intense.
In level 1, the hyenas laughed at me. In level 10, they stopped laughing. The Lion King for Sega Genesis and Super NES systems. Game and system sold separately.
I'm a cow, and I know trouble when I see it. Yikes!
Goddamn, you sound like a cow.
The new Sonic game for Game Gear. Trouble is doing stupid cheese ads.
It's the cheesiest.
Triple Trouble is Sonic battling the evil Dr. Robotnik, Knuckles, and Knack. But that trouble ain't nothing compared to this. Oh! Hey! Take it out!
Sonic Triple Trouble and Sega Game Gear, each sold separately. Batteries not included.
Aw, batteries not included, man. Fuck you, buddy. Okay, hold on, guys. Let me put this back up here real quick while I get the next video loaded in. Okay. So,
CNBC's Jane Wells.
So this fucking shit, man. This fucking episode's fucking awesome, man. It finally breaks down like why like the 360 and like how the Red Ring of Death became to be what it was, and just dude, it's awesome. Just watch it.
CNBC's Jane Wells live in Los Angeles with how the 360's problems are heating up literally.
This all came together in this
horrific perfect storm.
Some faulty Xbox 360s are literally melting down while running certain games.
It was a slow rolling thing, like really understanding how big the problem was.
It started to really be concerning, and the numbers started to grow.
I had a sick feeling in my stomach. Microsoft hasn't specified the cause, but users say the console's cooling system just can't take the heat of a lot of plague.
We were just having failure after failure.
The problem was huge.
Mine just crashed this holiday season.
Get one back, turn it on, didn't even work.
No! Again! People spent a lot of money on a console, and we're getting 2 and 3 of them back.
Whether they were friends, whether they were family, whether they were people on the street, it didn't matter. It was all over the place.
I was mad as
Then it became the media saying, this is a piece of hardware that has been rushed to market, and as a result, we're seeing unprecedented failure rates. It's broken.
Everything that I've worked for the last couple of years is trashed.
There's a new contender in the video game wars.
Xbox is going to be the future, truly the future of video games.
Xbox.
Taking over the living room.
Limitless, connected digital entertainment.
You guys never understood.
The company is going to face
Batteries Not Included is like one of my favorite movies of all
It's a
time.
ticking
There, Outsider.
time bomb.
Makes me very
I
nervous
just
to
watched
actually
it
play
like
this
a
for
couple
you.
months back.
Xbox
with Faye,
getting a
man.
major overhaul.
A bold vision for the future of gaming.
Without a doubt, the most Herculean feat of the original Xbox was that it survived. Looking at the history of the video game business, you would have given them a 1,000,000 to 1 chance. So the achievement is that we made it to Xbox 360. And internally, it's fun to laugh at lots of the missteps.
You'll see Xbox will actually start up.
Like, we can laugh at the Xbox didn't turn on at the original unveil.
We can bring that video up.
But with Xbox 360, honestly, even with the benefit of time, nobody laughs at the red rings.
To understand the red rings of death, you've got to go back to the beginning and all of the work we did with the Xbox 360 to build it from the bottom up. We were absolutely focused on getting out ahead of the PS3. We needed to be seen as the start of the next generation.
The 360 was 5 to 10 times more powerful than the original Xbox. And so to achieve that level of performance, we had to push technology and solutions that didn't exist in the previous generation.
This was an incredibly hard, complicated program. The circuit board
No,
itself
it wasn't a
is-
commercial. What
is
the
a
fuck?
completely custom design. And we were building these chips, which was a new process at the time.
We did our own internal design instead of buying off-the-shelf silicon.
We're bringing up new hardware with software that isn't quite done yet on new test systems that we're developing in real time.
And that had a domino effect on the whole product.
The design was coming together kind of late.
We were launching in November of 2005, and we did not see our first silicon from the CPU until February of 2005. It's just ridiculous.
That's 9 months before launch. That is an absurdly short time frame. The normal time frame would probably be like 2 years.
And so we're faced with finishing the design and wrapping our production lines at the same time.
We wanted to launch it worldwide so everybody had it at the same time. But that's a big challenge because you also need to have enough units to restock in retail so that the countries you do launch in aren't out of inventory.
We need to get our yields up. And so we're cranking up production.
At the highest manufacturing output, I remember hearing numbers like a console would come off the line every 4 seconds.
But as we're ramping production, we start to see reports of these issues that were coming up. Lots of inconsistencies. Consoles would fail at test stations.
If you build 100 of these things, only 50 or 60 of them would work, which is really, really bad. Like a real robust yield rate would have been 90, 95.
This was the fog of war that we had to see through, and that was, is there something wrong with the design of the product, or are we testing it incorrectly?
Because we were trying to ship in high volume, there wasn't much time to think about it because there was so much to be done. One way of dealing with the failed consoles was to put them into these nice boxes and stack them so that you would get back to them at some future point in time. In a way, we were kicking the can down the
Oh,
the
okay, I
road
get
a
what you're
little
saying,
bit.
Jurassic. My bad, buddy.
Developing what we call a bone pile. At the height, we created a bone pile that was over 600,000 units deep. And so it's just like the Lucille Ball
600,000
episode where the
units
chocolates are coming
deep
off
in
the
the
conveyor
bone
belt,
pile, man.
and they're
Microsoft,
coming
man,
off so
you
fast
fucking-
that you can't do anything with them. That's exactly
Jesus
what was going on.
Christ.
The thing about building consoles is Christmas doesn't change. So your schedule is paramount, and there's just so much pressure to get it done by November.
After a hectic lead up to production and months of intense troubleshooting, engineers finally managed to solve the technical issues that had plagued the 360. As consoles started to pass QC, the team was finally able to chip away at the bone pile in an effort to meet the demand, which, at the time of launch, was ravenous.
So here is ready for Xbox 360.
I'm outside the Best Buy in Midtown. It's raining here in New York, but these gamers don't care. They've been out here in the rain since early this morning, and they're not leaving until they get an Xbox 360.
When the Xbox
Yeah,
360
but don't think for a
launched,
second
there
there,
was a
Jurassic, that they
palpable
lost the actual
excitement
generation
for
by a
this
fucking
console.
The
by a
Xbox
landslide,
360
dude.
finally
No,
got
it was
out of
like
your dreams and
a
into your
mil and a
car.
half, almost close to 2 million that Sony pulled ahead.
Of what gamers were expecting,
And that's also
they
because
clearly had
Sony
a
also
vision of
kept
what
their
gaming
fucking
would be
PS3 on the market for an additional fucking
unique and revolutionary,
3-4
gorgeous
years after the
design,
fact.
The concave elements of the
Microsoft
360.
nope,
It
pulled
really
that shit
felt
as soon
in
as the
some
Xbox
ways
One
that
launched.
Xbox had actually just arrived.
This new world of online, this new world of social engagement, this new world of building communities. We at Microsoft had absolutely nailed that experience.
The demand was really, really high. We were
See,
selling
Peter
every
Moore,
single
man.
unit
Peter
we could
Moore
ship
was the
into
guy
market.
that fucking that
Yeah,
all
I know
these
there are a lot of fans
motherfuckers
out
that
there that
sit
want
there and
360s.
fucking
There's a
get
shortage
right
out there,
down
you know, is that a
fucking
marketing
D
strategy,
shit,
or
which you'll
can you
see
not
in this
produce enough?
fucking.
What's
I
the
don't know.
real
You
story
actually, I
on
think
it?
you see him
We are
in the
making
next episode.
as many as we
Because the
can,
next
24
episode is
hours
based
a
on the
day, 7
Xbox
days
One
a
era.
week. We're flying them in.
Ultimately, we got through our challenges of production, and we just need to be able to catch up.
By hitting the market a full year before PlayStation 3, Xbox 360 had a head start in
No,
the
see,
competition.
this is what I'm talking about.
But Sony was still the undisputed industry giant, and they had every intention of keeping it that way.
Oh, that's an understatement when you think about it too,
It was
though,
the year
right?
after we shipped when PS3 was coming out.
We were
They wanted to bring their
Sony
product to
had
market
such
early, a year in
credibility that
advance,
they
man.
had
to beat
cultivated
Sony.
from the PlayStation 1 to the PlayStation 2. So they were riding on this tidal wave of
Sony's
of
fucking
success,
price, dude, man, doesn't really
goodwill
look
for
as
gamers.
bad as
Coming
people
off
make it
the
out to be, given the
PlayStation
fact
2,
that this was
Sony
a
had done
console.
everything right.
The Xbox 360 was a launch console that barely
in
even
game
fucking
industry
worked.
history, and
At least the
really
PS3
just
fucking
needed
did.
stay to the playbook. In contrast to that, you just witnessed Microsoft coming to market at the right price a year before you're able to come to market. So you know you're facing formidable competition.
PlayStation 3 is the best of breed computer entertainment platform.
PlayStation 3 was positioned as a premium product from the get-go. This was going to play games, but it would also play Blu-ray discs. So it was seen more as kind of an entertainment machine.
We knew they were going to be somewhat arrogant.
The next generation doesn't start until we say it does.
And they would price their console to where they felt they needed to have it because they felt that they were untouchable.
This is sort of pre-live streaming era, and a bunch of us were huddled around one person's laptop, like a 15-inch laptop screen, streaming Sony's press conference.
And then they dropped the price.
In North America, the PlayStation 3 will be available at retail for $599 US, $659 Canadian.
Wait a minute, did $599?
$599. Nobody was prepared for that. Back then, consoles didn't launch at those kind of price points.
It was like, holy cow, we just got handed this generation. We were high-fiving each other, people were crying.
There were just all these ways that Sony had put their own foot in their mouth.
Sony said it would be a privilege for people to work extra hours to afford their overly priced console.
You have an over-engineered machine that's going to be incredibly expensive to manufacture.
And that opened a window for Microsoft to be able to sort of say, hey, like, we have a great system that's going to play all the games you want to play. We've got better online for cheaper.
Thank you very much, and have a great show.
Becoming CEO right after the launch of PlayStation 3 was like being made captain of the Titanic right after it hit the iceberg.
After Sony's announcement, we could not wait to get on stage the next day.
Couldn't be more excited to be here because we're delivering the next generation of gaming right here and right now with titles that are nothing short of spectacular.
We had a lot of PlayStation fans and even Nintendo fans who were coming to Xbox because we had the best games, we had the best system, we had the best online
off my
network.
screen, fucking
we led
slop
in
burger.
every aspect.
With the help of our incredible partners, we're delivering on that vision with Xbox 360, with a high-definition gaming experience more powerful than anything else in the industry.
Yeah, we were riding high, we were celebrating. I'd say the morale is extremely high. And we had so much pride in this product. Everything was great. And then the storm hit.
Before launch, engineers had worked around the clock to fix 360's early technical issues. But by June 2006, there were reports of an entirely new, never-before-seen problem. Distress calls flooded into Redmond. Something had gone terribly wrong.
It was in the forums I started to notice that something wasn't right. There was a lot of chatter about console failures.
Dude, what? Your Xbox. You might want to take a look at it.
Over time, we kept hearing more and more about it. We'd go to a launch event for a game, or we'd go to meet with games journalists. Then they would all start talking to us about it. Like, before we can talk about new features, we want to know, is this fixed? But we had no sense of how big of an issue it was. We didn't even know how to deal with it. And then we saw more reports of it.
Microsoft have been in the news with their latest computer system, but it seems the last big product they launched can have some problems.
That's the first time I seen this. There it is. Mother.
The Xbox 360 had a really cool feature where there were 4 green lights around the Xbox emblem.
Each of those lights corresponded to a specific controller, and so that's how you knew what player you were in the game.
We also used the ring to tell people when there were issues.
It's like the check engine light on your car.
And this is what we called a core digital error. And this was an indicator of the system detected a major issue.
The error state was just that there was no communication. So the machine was just basically telling you, I can't do anything.
This would show up as 3 segments in the ring being lit red, which would come to be known as the red ring of death.
It's the red ring of death. Red ring of death.
I got red ringed. Everybody got red ringed.
What the? Are you kidding me?
When that motherfucking red thing come up, and then the whole game freeze, and motherfucker be like, man, what the is going on? We can't play. What's going on? Yo, doing that too? It was, oh my God, it was terrible.
No! Red ring of death! Again!
We have no Xbox. I'm calling support.
You wait on hold for a while. They let you know they really appreciate your call. You wait on hold a little bit longer, and then they go,
Okay, we're gonna get you a replacement unit. It doesn't show up for a week. All the enthusiasm's gone, and then here's the new console, and it's just like, wow.
This is the 4th Xbox. Microsoft.
Effectively, the failure rate was
You
near
had 3?
100%.
Yo, I only had
It
one in
just
my
became
lifetime, dude.
an epidemic.
It was a red ring of death. Consoles hotter than a dragon's breath. It was a red ring of death.
Freaking way!
And I'm so pissed off. Grab the phone, dial tone, call it Microsoft. Now they'll see the dark side of me. I'm on hold. It was a red ring of death.
The glitches that went down with Xbox 360, I was mad as I'm like, get this fixed or I'm leaving. I'm joining the enemy. And as simple as that.
I feel kind of sorry for it. Not really. I deserved it.
It's a big deal because it's just sort of the passion that gamers have for their hobby. Like, you don't want to be away from your console any longer than you need to be.
We felt the customer's pain. I had 3 boxes replaced, personally at my house. And it does make you think, okay, I work here. And this experience is not a pleasant experience, and sending your Xbox back.
Microsoft's gonna ship you a cardboard coffin, and that's what gamers were calling them online. Did your cardboard coffin arrive?
I finally got my coffin. But hopefully I'll get him back.
And you'd put your 360 in it and ship it on back to Microsoft.
I remember going out to the curb and like meeting the UPS guy and looking in the back of the UPS truck and seeing wall to wall, Xbox returns.
The fact that it was happening to more and more people, and Microsoft was shipping a lot of hardware. That just combined to this feeling that, hey, like, are you guys really taking this seriously?
They're continuing to sell defective hardware. So a consumer could walk into the store today, buy a 360, take it home.
Is there any speculation out there what the problem is?
There's a lot of speculation, but because, well, among other things, there are 500 million transistors and 1,700 parts in each of these boxes. So the speculation could go anywhere.
Yeah,
whenever we had new game launches or new system updates, I would be out meeting with the top games journalists, showing them all the new stuff. And I'm trying to sell them on the future, and they're like, dude, my console's not working, like it's broken.
For those who have experienced the flashing red lights, what causes this exactly?
That's kind of part of the problem, Kevin. Microsoft has been very vague about the specific causes. They won't cite any specifics. They won't say exactly why.
We didn't have all the answers at that time.
We were trying to figure this out. Do we have a heat problem? Is the solder in key components in the motherboard, is it cracking up and drying out and we're losing that connection? We just couldn't figure it out.
It's a long process. You had to test it at the board level, you had to test it at the system level, and then you had to test it in the rack level. And we had almost 1 million of them sitting in our bone pile.
We'd fix the ones in the bone pile, we'd send it back out to the customer, and it turns out that wasn't the problem, and it would break again.
And I'm saying, man, this is not going to end.
After the 3rd or the 4th issue that we ran into, I remember thinking, hey, maybe we're in over our heads.
And we got to the point where we said, we're not figuring this out fast enough. We made the call to shut down production.
We went line down at the factory. We wanted to figure out how to solve it before we built any more units to go to customers.
It stretched every bit of our imaginations to try to figure out exactly what was going on and how to fix the problem.
This went on for months.
These were the darkest days of my career.
Are people going to now go out and buy PlayStation or...
I dedicated a lot of my life to this Xbox in order to fix this problem. Breakthrough came when we understood that the connections that were being broken were not located on the motherboard, but they were actually located inside the components. The problem was a connection was breaking. The reason it was breaking was thermal, but it wasn't because of the peak temperature. It was because when the unit would get hot and then cold, hot and then cold, every time it did that, it would stress the connection. All these people love playing video games, and so they would turn this thing on and off, and when it would turn on and off, you get all sorts of stresses. And just like when you bend something too many times till it finally breaks, that's what was happening.
So there you go. So that was the whole entire cause of the fucking red ring, dude. Wow. Thank God they fucking learned from their fuck-ups, right? Because these consoles don't do this shit. Thank fucking God, bro. God damn.
Once we've figured it out, how in the heck are we going to fix this?
Peter Moore and the executive team faced a big decision about trying to fix this with all these boxes that were out there in the wild.
This was... Wait, is my stream lagging for you guys? Let me know if it is. Or is it just for you there, Outsider? Because let me know if it is, man. Because if it is, then fuck, I don't know, man. I might have to end this one early if it is, because I know I got an email. They said something about doing maintenance, man. But they said that it wasn't going to shut my shit off. But is it still doing it though? Like, let me know if it does or not.
Something that could tarnish the brand. They needed to do not just something. They needed to do the right thing.
If we're going to save this brand, we need first-class consumer service reaction to this.
The credibility of the whole platform really, I think, hung in the balance.
There's only one way to do this, and that is you have to
Thank you guys for letting me know.
For every customer.
Yeah, because I didn't witness that on my end. I could see it in real time. Like if my video was lagging or my stream was lagging, I wouldn't be able to tell by my stats.
I remember sitting on a whiteboard writing
So I
out.
don't know. Maybe it could be
some
YouTube
simple
or
math
whatever. I
on
don't know.
Repair rates times $1 times a customer times an amount equals a number. And that number became pretty big. And I remember feeling in my stomach this is going to be a bigger issue than I thought.
By the time we looked at the cost of repairs, the lost sales we factored in, we had a $1.15 billion problem.
Peter had to go to Steve Ballmer and basically say, hey, bad news. I need $1 billion to go fix this issue.
I'm expecting to be ripped to shreds.
It is a make or break situation for Xbox. If Steve Ballmer does not give Peter more the money to go fix it, Xbox is dead. Like, there's probably no question about it.
To the credit of Steve, and I can still see him looking at me right now, he said, do it. Just do it. We'll figure it all out. We'll take the hit.
Microsoft will spend at least $1 billion to repair serious hardware failures with its Xbox 360 video game console.
Steve Fatty
Over
Ballmer.
$200 million of this was simply
saved
one-way
Xbox.
overnight shipping around the world.
Kudos to Microsoft for stepping up and putting their money where the red ring of death was.
It was one of the times when I've been proudest to be part of Microsoft because we made a mistake, we owned it, and we did the right thing for consumers.
Without that money spent, without them taking the problem head on, there's probably no Xbox right now.
We bet on our fans and our brand and took the hit. Take that hit once, do it right. Don't ever regret it.
When the 360 died on me, I was pissed that it died, but I wasn't pissed at Microsoft. I just really wanted to get the 360 again and start playing again because it was just awesome.
Was frustrating, but they had hooked us. So when you hook somebody, you know they're not gonna leave. They're gonna work with you through difficult times.
That was a good sign that people love the thing that you're building.
But even $1 billion mea culpa may not have been enough had it not been for two
No,
X factors.
not YouTube. I mean, I don't know if they are or not, but I was talking about my
Celebrated game
internet, the
titles.
company that I get my
And
internet
support
from.
game developers who loved how easy it was to program for Xbox 360.
But I think that
and
was
saw
supposed to
in
be
it
in the
potential
morning
to
today.
take gaming to places
So that's
previously
shit's out of the way now.
unexplored.
Ah!
Around me are familiar faces.
Gears of War at the time was the best looking game ever made, and it became this poster child for HD graphics and HD fidelity.
Like, this is a game that people are going to immediately gravitate to and go, oh my god, I can't believe the 360 looks that good, especially when they compare it to PS3.
Bro, no bullshit.
This
Like, I
game
remember
was
the
better
first
than any-
time when I so when the 360 had just came out, right? And they had like those demo units and stuff like that at like GameStop or, well, EB Games over here before they got converted to GameStop. Fucking Call of Duty 2, the 360 version of it, right? Like, when I first time demoing, playing a demo on the unit, man, I fucking played Call of Duty 2, man. That shit was fucking beautiful to look at, dude. Not gonna lie.
Anything on PS3 right now.
It was the fastest selling Xbox 360 game. It sold like 1 million units in the first couple of weeks, and that really propelled the 360 in a big way.
Gears of War may just be the great hope to turn the 360 into a must-buy console.
It was a very different
Morgan
type of
Webb,
game
dude.
for
I don't know how. I don't
M-rated
understand how
game,
so many
over-the-top
people think that
violence.
she's fucking like.
Everyone loved the signature weapon, the chain
Like, she's not
gun,
bad. Don't get me
the
wrong,
Lancer.
dude, but
Gears
not
of War
that
was
far.
about appealing to a hardcore gamer.
The people that play Gears, they have so much passion, and people get tattoos, and it's just the deep connection they have with the franchise and the game. It's unlike any other franchise that we have.
That was satisfying. And all of a sudden, you see this tide turn of every publisher is then developing for the Xbox 360.
We have secured a lot of big games for Xbox 360. We published titles like Mass Effect.
We had Splinter Cell from Ubisoft, of course. We really had this incredible portfolio of games. We were the shooter box.
Call of Duty was a franchise we had bet on early. It was a PC franchise, and we really established Call of Duty on the console in a big way.
Cameo had this gorgeous, colorful game. It was about frame rate, it was about smooth visuals.
Forza was built as a direct competitor to Gran Turismo. We're going to go off and we're going to build a great, epic, big racing simulator game.
You had cars that had amazing reflections
Halo
of the
3's
sky.
multiplayer?
You had reflections of other things. You had particle
I had a lot of
effects.
people on my friends list
You
on
had
the
a lot of
360,
things
man,
that
who
just
played the
made it
fuck
look
out of that game,
much
dude.
more real than any other game.
To this day, my son can recognize cars by the engine sounds because he played so much Forza.
If you look at Xbox 360, that was a moment where we got it exactly right. It was just an incredible run that I don't know that has ever been topped in the history of gaming. And then, at the center of it all was Halo 3.
It had been 3 years since Halo 2 smashed industry records, and Halo fans were clamoring for the next chapter of the epic space saga.
I think that we were really surprised by the success, the huge success of Halo 2. And so as we were leading up to the Halo 3 campaign, I think we did kind of look at it all up from our marketing team as more of a Hollywood moment.
With Halo 3, we wanted to get out in front and make people aware that video games are not something that are just for the boys. Video games have come of age.
An exciting day for
Say
video
that
game
again.
fans and for
Now
Microsoft.
look at everybody's
Master
opinion on
Chief is
video
back
games,
in the
dude.
most anticipated video game ever,
Garbage,
Halo
dog
3.
shit.
Thousands lined up to get the final installment of the trilogy when it went on sale at midnight.
I got here 6 p.m. yesterday. Been waiting here ever since.
Halo 3, what a massive launch event that was for us.
They have 1 million pre-orders, which is pretty much unprecedented.
Halo is projected to sell 4 million copies its first 60 days.
More than twice as many as the 9 runners-up combined.
It's only the biggest game ever.
We were no longer some tech company trying to be in video games. We were launching one of the biggest entertainment properties of all time.
Halo 3 embodies our vision for the future of entertainment.
The franchise spawning
Shut
everything
up,
from
Bill Gates.
clothing to action figures.
What are you
and
saying about the
rumors
company
of a
now, dude?
Halo
What do you think about your home
movie.
console, dude, when you
Halo
fucking...
3 really started to make gaming the mainstream cultural phenomenon.
Its first day sales could outdo not only the final Harry Potter book, but the debut of Spider-Man 3.
When everything was tallied, we had generated over $170 million in revenue in the first 24 hours, setting a new record for the biggest day in entertainment.
What's up, Dauntless?
It was just an amazing moment. It was one thing after another. We had games, we had Time Magazine. Everything started clicking, and it felt like something's happening.
We delivered the right content, the right hardware, the right games, at the right price, and we were showing massive momentum. The ship had sailed and sailed magnificently and kept sailing full steam ahead.
Only a week ago, Peter Moore took the stage in Santa Monica, California for Microsoft's E3 press event. A mere 7 days later, the man in charge of the 360 and the Games for Windows division has decided to move on to EA Sports.
I left Xbox because I felt like I had done what I needed to do.
Ironically, he'll be replaced by Don Matrick, the former president of EA, but one has to wonder, with the face of the Xbox gone, how will this affect the 360 standing in the console wars?
Don Matrick was...
Time out. These motherfuckers out here in this gaming community, man, praising this guy. Ex-EA fucking... Oh, God, dude, man. I hate this
really
gaming community
accomplished game
sometimes, bro.
developer.
I really
As a kid,
fucking
he wrote
do.
these amazing games, and he was just like super smart.
Don's really an innovator. He's a business leader. He's really into the tech. He really wanted the Xbox to be a product that could reach a broader and broader market.
When I joined Microsoft, Steve Ballmer said Xbox needs to have more than a true product lifecycle. And to do that, we need to place bets, we need to move into new categories, we need to innovate and create new hit products, both in gaming and in entertainment.
When Bob Patrick came on board, it was more about trying to appeal to a completely different audience and a very broad audience. So there was this one meeting where he shows up and he says, we're not going for 30 million consoles, we're going for 300 million consoles. And the strategy behind that was we need to make casual experiences.
When the Xbox 360 launched, we had Xbox Live built in. We had this very basic blade for Marketplace, and we had only game content. One of the things that I've been tasked to do was go get us some entertainment content, which was an entirely new idea of the time.
We started doing deals with studios. We were excited when we had 1 movie and then 2 movies and 5 movies and 10 movies.
Microsoft's Xbox will transform into a next-generation entertainment hub. Users will be able to navigate through music, movies, television shows.
For the first time, we were realizing that streaming and digital video content was going to be a big deal.
Peter Moore was fucking awesome, dude. He was
Netflix
the
come
reason why the
Xbox
360 became
was
a
a big
success.
part of
Not
putting
Don D,
Netflix
dude.
in the
Don't
living
let
room.
people fucking tell you otherwise, dude.
At the time,
Don D didn't do
Netflix
shit.
was a
All he
mail-order
did
DVD catalog
was bring this
service.
bullshit into
Nationally,
modern day
Netflix moves
consoles.
more
That's
than
it.
1.5
That's
million
not gaming,
DVDs a
motherfucker.
day.
There's 40 of these warehouses around the country. Right. So that nearly every customer gets next day delivery.
Netflix hadn't done anything with digital streaming. We thought, why don't we call them up, see if they would be interested in distributing their content through Xbox 360.
We definitely accelerated their growth because we introduced them to tens of millions of devices that were connected to a TV overnight.
It's a great opportunity for
Microsoft
Xbox
taking
members to never
credit?
leave the sofa. You know, watch
Shut the
movies
fuck
from
up.
Netflix, play great games. It's a great platform.
Of course it is.
And it's like, what should we do next? Well, we brought HBO, we brought Twitter, we brought Facebook. Today, that may not seem that revolutionary, but at the time, the idea to be able to do that all in one box had just never been done before.
Our Xbox Live community, the digital streaming services, the gamer
Don
tags, the
Matrix.
achievements, the experiences, they were things that we would hear consumers say they loved and competitors say they were envious of.
Xbox Live really proved that people wanted digital content. I think that created this sort of ripple effect that affected Nintendo. They knew that they probably needed to shift on how they did some things. They weren't just going to give you another console, they were going to give you a console that did something different. This is Mike. By day, he's Mike the businessman. But when he picks up the new Wii Remote from Nintendo, he's Mike the warrior superstar athlete man.
Holiday of 2006, Nintendo released the Wii and turned the world upside down.
We're confident because for pick up and play games, there's nothing like it. For baseball, for tennis, games like that, it's fantastic. But with the nunchuck, what you're able to do in a first-person type of game is a huge step forward in control.
Nintendo came out of left field with a device that wasn't based on technology. It was based on a simple entertainment experience of being able to play a game without being a button masher on a controller.
It really resonated with a mass audience,
Oh, yeah,
a wider
no,
audience.
yeah,
All of a
replace
sudden,
button mashing with looks like
parents are
you're
playing
jerking
video
off.
games with their kids again.
Suddenly, you heard people talking about video gaming as something that was good for you.
Wii Fit is about bringing fun into fitness.
Video gaming as an approachable thing that everybody could do.
They went after senior citizens. They went after female gamers. They went after people who are not traditionally gamers.
Clearly, they expanded the audience and they took gaming to mainstream entertainment.
Thank you. I've been fucking saying that for
I
so
remember
long.
Bill putting a lot of pressure on the Xbox leadership team. How did we miss motion gaming? What can we do to catch up?
We need to compete. We need to advance our game strategy. We don't want to do a Wiimote ripoff. We want to do our own thing.
Don also had this vision for controller-free gaming.
What would it be like if instead of waving something, we were recording movement? We were recording state of people physically through a camera.
The controller, he thought, was this impediment to more people playing games because you had to kind of learn this device. And his view is like, hey, if people could just like swat at things or move things or drive a car like this, it's kind of crazy, but it's like if you could drive a car like this, that would make more people more willing to play video games.
We set out to really make the console approachable to a whole new generation of people, to a whole new set of people that wouldn't otherwise think about gaming as something that it was for them.
We had already been doing some technology exploration where we could map people using depth sensing and RGB cameras and microphones and stuff, and you could have that by your television. Rather than holding something, you could still get these similar type of experiences.
The idea that we were going to use IR kind of display, projection and reflection to measure movement was pretty magical.
Every step of the Kinect process was an inventing step.
A lot of this work, we had to figure out how to hack our way into it.
We prototyped probably 30 activities. We found that the whole body activities were actually the most fun. And so that's what we ended up focusing on, to create something totally new for gamers.
We launched Kinect, and it was a game changer.
I don't think anybody saw it coming. It was something completely new and unexpected.
So you can see if we wave our hands, it's tracking your full body.
That's
now we're playing.
Okay.
So if you lean left and right, jump, jump, jump.
In your opinion, John, how does this compare to the Wii and the Wii Fit?
Oh, completely blows it away. And this extends far past just gaming.
It's crazy. It's Minority Report status. That's how I see it.
When I saw the Kinect, I thought, oh, finally. Like, this is something we're going to use for VR eventually. It's going to be amazing to have you in the game.
Because it's motion gaming, people think, oh, it's like the competitors. It is a completely different thing, and you have to play it to understand that.
And the games were really fun. It really unlocked a new game experience for people.
Fireball!
Start getting people all cheering and yelling and, you know, encouraging the person who's actually playing to try new things.
The idea that, like, you would have people over for dinner and then afterwards everybody would want to turn on the Xbox.
Sadly, I never got a chance to fuck around with Kinect, man, so I'll never get a chance to fucking experience that shit.
That just gave Xbox 360 a whole nother sense of purpose.
In the first 60 days, we sold over 8 million Kinect sensors worldwide.
Spartan God, where the fuck have you been, dude?
Kinect was a
Shit.
technological marvel,
Bro, I haven't fucking seen you around in my chat, man, for at least a couple of years now, dude. What the fuck you mean, cuz? How you been,
Kinect
sir?
was an amazing
Hope you've been
tool
doing good,
for
man.
so many things like research and how we think about augmented reality and virtual reality experiences.
It's been fun to watch innovation of computer science come not from academia or industry, but to come from gaming.
And it turned out that Kinect creative community just went on to do incredible things with this device.
People got into hacking the Kinect early last year. Smartly, Microsoft responded by welcoming that and encouraging more development.
People were taking all the IR data and the voice data, and it was a rich source of creativity for other types of applications.
What is neat is the technology that is used in video games now and how it can be applied to other things, not just gaming.
And they're calling it the Kinect effect.
Microsoft's Kinect could revolutionize medicine.
Being used to aid the rehabilitation of stroke patients, also by people who work with autistic children.
Kinect today is mostly used outside of gaming. So gaming has created this piece of technology that today drives the industry forward.
With Xbox 360, we had an amazing product that had finally broken through. The ecosystem was healthy. Consumers were engaged in North America and Europe. It was the top-selling hardware device.
Xbox 360 has been the #1 selling console every month for the last 6 months.
It was a pretty great second iteration for Microsoft as a company.
Against all odds.
Oh, you mean like the
Xbox
normal
360
thing that
basically won
every
that second
gamer
console
fucking
generation.
did back in the day? Fucking Spartan God, bro.
By the end of that
Man,
generation,
knock
I
that
think
shit
people
off,
had
dude.
sort of felt the
Yo, I'm glad
pendulum
to see
had
that you're back,
swung
dude, man.
from
Like,
PlayStation
respect on that,
dominance
sir.
to Xbox dominance.
There were more players than ever playing Xbox. The brand really was in a terrific place.
And there was no chance. There's nothing Microsoft
That's
could
how
do
you
that could
master
possibly
Mario
torpedo the
Contra and all
success they had
Souls
with the
games.
Xbox
Not like those
360.
games were hard to begin with, sir.
We're about to change entertainment
Especially the Souls games, bro. It's called memorization.
Because we're going to take all that we learned
In more than 30 years of innovation and use it to change
television, TV, 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 TV,
Television, television, television.
watch TV.
Team Xbox is on a new mission. This is it, Xbox One.
I cannot believe this press conference.
We've got this vast amount of gamers that are increasingly loving Xbox, and we're building great experiences that they've never seen before. And now we're going to be the connected TV, so we're going to have the set-top box for the living room. And it turned out like nobody wanted that.
Oh, hell no, Microsoft. Hell no.
Well, there you guys go. There was that episode fucking was awesome, dude. If you don't care, then why the fuck did you bring it up? Like, unless there was something that like some of you were talking to in the chat and I just didn't notice that, then if so, then I humbly apologize in advance. Gaming night, I learned fucking by reading my motherboard instructions. I mean, fuck, at this point, man, yeah. But again, dude, man, like, I'm still thinking, I do think it's fucking hilarious, man, the way people are treating this fucking generation, dude. Excuse the fuck out of me. Extreme Gamer, the PC builder's handbook went fucking deeper than motherboard instructions. Bro, man, nobody gives a fuck about PCs, bro. Come on now. Wait, no, never mind. That's actually not true. That's a very, very false statement. Let me retract that statement. Yo, Spartan, did you fucking snag Astrobot? I hope the fucking Christ the fuck you fucking did. You tell me that you haven't yet, dude, man? Some fucking Sony fan you are. But I see that your opinion on Xbox sure the fuck hasn't changed like everybody else's. But yet completely fails to understand why Microsoft is doing and why they're still staying in the industry. Fuck. Even though it's slowly starting to transpire right now over on the PlayStation side, but they're just too fucking dumb not to see it. Oh, God. PlayStation fucking fans, dude. You guys are fucking challenged sometimes, man. There's one thing that I've learned over the years. When you study a fan base, bro, you get out of there, as Sonic would say. Bro, so help me fucking God. If Astrobot, man, doesn't sell well, dude, I swear to fucking Christ, I'm going to lose my fucking shit. I'm getting the Pro. Cope and seethe. Why? Well, you know what? Let me not be fucking ignorant on the subject, dude. Like, if you don't mind me asking, Extreme, like, may I ask why you're getting a Pro? Like, what's the pull for you, man? Like, I don't know if you game on PC or not, but fuck all the PC shit. Like, looking at it from a console perspective, dude. Like, so you want it mainly for like the fidelity and like, you know, you want to be able to play your games at fidelity mode at 60 and not 30. I mean, that's really the only thing I can see as to like being a beneficial upgrade, fucking for the Pro. But I mean, everything they showed so far, like in that presentation, like graphically wise, dude, man, it just, I mean, I don't see the difference other than the frames. It sold well so far, I think. I hope so. But like I said, I'm going to hold off and wait and see, like, in the coming months and stuff like that throughout the holidays and see how well that game sells, man. I hope it does well because Sony definitely needs to start fucking going back to the way they were in the PS3 era, dude, and get off the high horse of making every fucking game some mega blockbuster fucking title that turns out to be either boring, generic, or like, fuck, man. Say what you will and say what you want about how garbage Xbox is. At least they're fucking doing that. Yeah, I want the best in everything. Fucking, I notice these things. Oh, okay, fair enough, man. I can't argue that, dude. If that's something that you're into, then fucking who am I to judge, dude? Because you never fucking say shit to me when I, like, you know what I mean? Because I, like, you know my stance on that shit, dude. I don't give a fuck about any of that stuff. You know that, man. But you never put me down for that, though. I know some people who do, though. PlayStation movie game? Bro, okay. Let's talk about that for a second, shall we? So, I know that that's always been a main fucking thing that fucking, like, fanboys and stuff and console war nerds will fucking bring into the competition, or not the competition, into the conversation, sorry, what I'm trying to say. And here's the thing about that, right? That shit's fucking, okay, when somebody says a movie game, dude, my brain immediately goes to FMV fucking style games, which are still around to this day, by the by. I know, because I bought myself a few of them. And that's the first thing that pops in my head. You know what I mean? The only reason why fucking people started calling this shit during the PS3 generation, whatever you want to call it, is because the way fucking Sony, their developers create their games, they play them out in like movie quality, fucking as far as their cutscenes go. You know what I mean? All mocapped and stuff, voice acted, all that shit like that. You know what I mean? But each scene, it plays out like an action movie, like a real life action movie kind of thing, just done in the graphics that they're fucking presenting to you. So I get why people would say that, dude, but like it's a very vague thing, you know what I mean? Because it's just, you know, fucking a story being told in a video game fucking form, you know what I mean? It's not a movie per se, because you're playing, I mean, well, unless you're playing Metal Gear Solid 4, then 90% of it's a movie and 10% is a video game. But in any given Sony game, it's usually fucking like, what, 70-30? 70% gameplay, 30% fucking cutscenes? But it doesn't help, too, as well, that a lot of these cutscenes are long as shit, though, too. But, I mean, at the same time, dude, man, like, y'all wanted this, though. You all fucking support this shit. And now you wonder why the industry is, like, literally in, I'm not going to say dire straits, but they're definitely, like, the industry's in shambles right now. I love using that word, shambles. That word's such a good word. Shambles. If you don't like Campbell's, then get the fuck out of my shambles, bitch. Oh, man. Yo, I like how Smart God fucking bailed, yo. What an asshole. Comes in my chat, talks his 2 seconds of regurgitating vomit about Xbox, and then bounces. Who the fuck does that? A non-gamer does that. That's what that is. No, I'm just kidding. I'm totally fucking with you there, Spartan God, if you're still listening, dude. Fatal sham. Man, I don't know, man. I'll never understand your logic there, outsider, to be fair. I'll never get it. I have a workmate who can't tell the difference between 30 FPS and... Bro, that's another thing, too, as well, that's been driving me fucking batshit crazy since this generation started, when I keep seeing motherfucking supposed gamers saying that 30 FPS is unplayable. Bitch! how the fuck is something that you supposedly been doing for a lot of your gaming life now be automatically unfucking playable? That's the dumbest fucking shit I've ever heard in my fucking life, dude. Like, God, I swear, every time I fucking hear that, man, I just want to fucking reach into my fucking computer screen and bit smack a motherfucker, dude, for being so unbridledly retarded. Like, fuck, man. I swear, dude. And it's like, okay, so if 30 FPS is unplayable, then what the fuck did you play last gen? Or better yet, what the fuck did you play during the 360 when not many games ran at 60? Unless you only played Call of Duty the entire generation, bro. Then if that be the case, then you're dealing with a casual. You're dealing with someone who only plays very, very 1 to 2 IPs a generation? Yeah. Avoid at all costs. Oh, God, man, I swear gaming. Gaming is fucking... I don't know what the fuck happened to gaming, bro. Like, for me personally, dude, from my perspective, gaming hasn't changed. It's gotten worse, mostly from a budget standpoint, because budgets are getting way out of fucking hand. God damn it. Hold on, guys. Be right back. All right, give me 1 second, guys. Just got to do something real quick. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, for my money, man, fucking, like, a lot of people are going to sit there and try to tell me that gaming is garbage, but I can't trust those people when they're very limited on their fucking taste, man. Or those are like the people that use and rely fucking on sources like Metacritic for their overall fucking judgment for a game. Like, fucking really, dude? Is that really what we're doing now? Because if so, that's horrible, dude. God damn it. 1 sec, guys. Man, this shit's been fucking bothering the hell out of me all fucking day, bro. Oops. Life of Black Tie. Why are you bringing up that game for? Like, why would you bring that up, man? Are you retarded? Like, seriously. Why would you bring that up into the conversation, dude? Like, that's fucked up. Well, I don't know. I just thought maybe, like, you know, because those are the types of games that you... So fucking what if it's the type of games that I play? God damn it. Get off my fucking... Son of a bitch. Motherfucker, dude. There we go. Okay. Okay, one sec. All right, there we go. Fucking finally, dude. Jesus Christ, man. Okay, sorry about that. Console is way more convenient than people. Well, yeah, I mean, I guess that makes sense, yeah. Dude, it doesn't matter if I played that game or not. Like, why do you care? I mean, I know you're just messing around there, outsider, so don't take it what I'm saying, like, to heart, but, like, I'm saying in general, dude, because I've always had people always ask me about that, right? It's like, man, I can't take your opinion serious, man, because you played this and you played this said game. What the fuck? Man, if you want to talk about, like, the most dumbest and biggest fucking cop-out fucking thing you could ever say is that. Because that virtually makes no fucking... It doesn't add anything to my fucking opinion. It's not even the same game that I'm fucking talking about. You know what I mean? So why do people consistently do that? I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. And this is how you know that a lot of people that supposedly say that they were gaming back in the 90s at a young age didn't really fucking do a whole lot of gaming back then, man, because clearly you didn't. Because if you did, you would have no problem. What games would you fucking buy without even knowing what the fuck you were even buying yourself into, man? Like, unless you didn't read magazines or whatever the case may be, you didn't know fucking shit about video games, dude. Like, I don't understand. So every time when I see people do that stuff, man, it's like, bro, what games did you play growing up as a kid? Like fucking 5 games your entire lifetime as a child? Because you have to understand, right? And I said this before. People fucking ignore the fact that gaming back then was more of a niche fucking thing back then, dude. People fucking frowned upon that shit. So, more likely, if you were a kid in the fucking 90s, man, you weren't going to be sitting there telling people that, I mean, you're not going to be like the way I was. Most of the kids that I knew in fucking school were not even remotely close to the fucking gamer that I was, man. I lived and breathed that shit. Everybody hated me for it. So no. Call me a skeptic all you like, dude, man. Like, and plus at the same time, it's virtually impossible to know if someone fucking gamed or not back then, because how can you prove that? I mean, you can only prove it in one fucking valid way, is by basically on your fucking knowledge. What you remember playing and shit. It's like I had this conversation with my buddy fucking Killer a long time ago, dude. And that motherfucker was the exact same. He did the exact same thing that I did growing up as a kid. He played nothing but video games all the time. He still made time for other shit too, yes. But gaming was his go-to thing after school. Just like I did. And no, don't misconstrue what I'm saying. I'm not saying myself that I'm some fucking god tier fucking game. No, motherfucker. Like, I didn't even get a chance to play 90% of the fucking games that ever came out during the fucking 90s, bro. That's a big fucking number consistently across from 1990 to fucking 2000. But I paid attention to shit. I read gaming. Gaming was something that I followed. I read the magazines. I watched the fucking movie adaptations. I watched all that shit. If you didn't, it's not a big deal, but don't fucking lie to people about it. Because it's something that you can easily say that, yeah, I did that. And you never have to prove it. Unless you get called out for it. And if you get called out for it and you dodge the question, or you ignore the question entirely, then why are you fucking sitting up here talking shit? So, it makes me, in the general population of gaming, in a civilized conversation, literally mean fuck all for 90% of people that are actually paying attention. You know what I'm saying? Like you guys have known me for a while. You know the fucking shit that I play. You know the types of games that I'll fucking play, including stuff that you guys like as well. That kind of stuff. But outside from y'all, most gamers would sit there and take one look at my gaming resume and fucking just sit there and be like, what the fuck is that? What the fuck does this fat motherfucking Canadian slob fucking play? And they go and they look at my fuck, because I don't hide my shit. I don't need to hide my shit. What the fuck is the point of hiding my shit? What is that doing for me? Nothing. I want people to see the shit that I'm playing because it might interest them. If you're hiding your fucking trophies, or unless you got an issue like the way what happened with Sick Humor, I can completely get that because that motherfucker plays shit. But most people that do hide their shit, because they don't play a lot of shit. So they don't want people going on their profile and be like, oh wow, you only played like fucking 2 games this year? What the fuck? Bro, dude, man, fucking, like I said, dude, I seriously was born with a fucking rabbit's foot up my ass, dude, man. How considerably lucky I've been when it comes to fucking just video games in general, dude. Like, dear God. Like, living virtually next door to a video rental store that actually rented movies and video games, bro. Like, of course that was my second home. Or having a mom that didn't give a shit that's what your one only hobby wanted to be. You know what I mean? Like, she didn't mind that. Like, my brother would he tried to get into the whole gaming thing, dude, man, and he didn't really care for it all too much other than a few games here and there and a couple console generations here and there, but that's about it. He never really was big into gaming like I was. Me? Fucking bruh. Because to be fair, and I think honestly, and I don't want any sympathy for this because this is like old fucking cheese nugget news for me now anyways, man, so it doesn't bother me anymore, but getting picked on a lot in grade school, and mostly with high school too as well, because high school was pretty bad for me too for the 2 years that I was there, year and a half, yeah. Gaming helped me through that shit, dude. And that's why I stuck with gaming for as long as I did, and I still will. The directions people may not like the way the industry's heading, man, but I'm in it for the long game, dude, because I don't fucking care. You know what I mean? I don't care if I don't own my shit. That doesn't have any relevance for me, because that does nothing for me at all, period, to own something that I'm not, what's going to happen to that fucking game in 6 to 8 months when the servers go offline, or 6 to 8 years and that game becomes irrelevant. You can't play it anymore. Servers are offline. The game lost its value. Retro shit is stuff that people are going to be going after for a very long time. Modern day shit, nothing there. Yeah, it's I got picked on because of my weight and shit, dude, man, and whatever the case may be. And trust me, I'm not that big of a fucking roundhouse, bro. Jesus Christ, dude. I really wish people would stop thinking that every fat guy looks like somebody on my 600-pound fucking life. No, bro. That's not how that works. But it is what it is, man. But, all right, guys, man, I'm going to get my fucking fat ass out of here and get my ass to bed. Definitely the weather has definitely come down now, so I'm not as hot anymore now. But, yeah, guys, I want to thank y'all for popping in. Thank you for chilling. Got another hour and a half stream for you guys here today. Yesterday, I did a 2-hour one yesterday. That was fucking fun as fuck, man. That's what I got to do. We have to start doing that more often, man. Find some videos to watch and shit with you guys, man. I know what game you're talking about, Outsider. Yeah, I know what game you're talking about. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I want to thank y'all for popping in, man. I'll catch you guys on the flip side, dude, man. You guys have a good one.